So today, Apple released developer betas of 18.1 for iOS and 15.1 for macOS that finally enable Apple Intelligence for testing. I've already updated my Mac here to 15.1 so I can showcase to you how well it's working. To start, when you install the beta, you have to enter a waitlist. This screen here will say join waitlist. Once you join the waitlist, then it'll take Apple a little while to approve it. For me, it was only a couple minutes because I got in early, before the big waves of rushes, and it might be a little slower now. Once approved, then it'll be off by default. And Apple Intelligence is very opt-in from what I can see. They're not just turning it on without asking your permission to. You have to opt into it, and then once you do, it takes several more minutes to prepare for it. I'm gonna guess preparation period is for the personalization feature. It has to index some data to at least have some data points for personalization. I'm gonna guess it probably uses the Spotlight metadata, contacts, and anything else that's available to it. When it's finally done preparing, the screen looks like this on the right. Apple Intelligence is enabled, and you can see that here. And since I use my MacBook Pro in clamshell mode, I'm not actually allowed to use listen for mode. I actually tried to enable it, and it's like, you can't do that unless you use the lid, because it requires Face ID, apparently, for listen for. And since the lid's closed, and I'm using external 4K monitors, I can't use listen for, so I have Siri up here in the menu bar instead. Now, anyways, these are the features Apple Intelligence is supposed to feature. So I'm going to try to go through each of them and see what's available now. I'm going to skip the little phone thing. First thing is intelligent new writing tools. I'm going to dive right into that one. I open up a video description of my trailer video from this channel because I want to see if it can help me rewrite to be better. But first, I'm going to make it worse on purpose. You get the idea. I think I've screwed it up enough. Now the writing tools, I'm going to select the text, right-click, and this new menu now appears. And you could choose the options, or I could just show writing tools. Let's see. I'm going to tell you to proofread it. Oh no! It thinks I meant Taylor instead of trailer. I got it. That's actually my fault in a way. It didn't fix it because there's nothing wrong with it technically, but it's not picking up that I used the wrong word. So I didn't pick up on that either, so that's my fault. Anyways, it fixed channel. Let's see, that remains the same. Why am I shuffling content around? It fixed around. It fixed because. It capitalized YouTube, which means it recognizes YouTube as a proper noun. That's interesting. Okay, algorithms. It fixed algorithms. Alright, down here. Let's see, technology. It fixed that. Okay. It fixed all the intentional errors I made. That's not all this tool could use. It's supposed to be able to actually make it better. First, I'm going to fix this. That actually is a bug of mine. Well, actually, no. Hold on. I'm going to go back to writing tools again. Proofread. Automatically replace the text with the proofread. It fixed it here, but did not mistake it here. So it actually is pretty smart in some regards. It knew when I used Y here and X here, they were variables, not words. Anyways, now I'm going to test some of the rewriting features. Okay. I want to rewrite it. Okay. It rewrote it. Let's see what it's actually changed. Let's see, this is for the channel that I'm now creating and splitting the content into separate channels. So it used different wording here. I didn't actually give it a very specific scope. I didn't tell it professional versus casual or anything. I pretty much just use default settings. I'll play with changing it a bit. Let's see here. It's using more important words. Like it used beneficial here instead of better. So it looks like you probably used professional or formal by default since I didn't pick one. because it looks like it's clearly trying to make it more formal and professional looking. Whereas I probably did this on purpose to make it informal because it's a YouTube video, not a cover letter. So I want to actually have maximum reach to all audiences, young and old. Therefore, I don't want the wording to necessarily be overly formal, so I probably will not change it to this. But looking at the read over, hoping you can see it clearly in the video at 1080p, you should be able to. So I'm not really going to fully read it aloud, but it looks like it produced a good result. It's not necessarily one I would use for this format of content. Let's see what the other options are. Writing tools. Make concise. I just chose rewrite. I didn't choose an option. Let's choose friendly. See, this actually lowers it instead of raises it by changing shuffling to moving. This is the opposite of the first rewrite I did. This one's actually dumbing it down a little bit. It changed as such to so. So yeah, this is the opposite of what my first rewrite was. This might actually be a better format for YouTube than what's here. Because this is just, well, it's made it friendly to a broad audience, which is perfect for the context here. So I might use this tool in the friendly setting to write YouTube descriptions. I think I will use it. So I'll replace it automatically. There we go. I'll proof it again here. And of course I can undo it with Command Z. Just like that. It's considered a typing action, so it's undoable. And redoable. Undo, redo, undo, redo. So yeah, there's that. So that's the first feature. I'm not gonna tarry on as much longer on that feature. I'm gonna go on to the next one. Okay. I can't really test this because I don't really have someone on the other end to send me notifications to see if it normalizes them. Or priority messages. Most of this I can't really test for this video, especially since a lot of them apply more to phone than macOS. I'm gonna skip that. I already looked for it. Image Playground is not available yet, and neither is this. I could find no evidence of Genmoji existing. Like, the option to create them is just not there. Not in the Messages app, not anywhere. I could not find it. So this feature doesn't seem to be available yet. Nor does this one. I think all the image stuff is not available at this time. Let's see, what's this? Integration of personal stuff. This is available, but I'm not really going to show it in the video because obviously I'm not trying to get myself doxxed by having Siri start spitting out my appointments and locations and whatnot. So it's not really going to showcase much here, other than to say it's working okay-ish, but it's not like perfect. The privacy thing, I am going to show that because I thought this was hilarious. Hey Siri, are you listening?
I respect your privacy, and only listen when you're talking to me. You can learn about Apple's approach to privacy at apple.com.
The phone responded too. The Mac and the phone responded. That's why you heard an echo. Literally, both Siris had to make a point to double down on this privacy thing. I kid you not. Apple wants you to know this to such an extent that Siri will jump in and interject just to tell you that. They don't want to have the same mistake that happened with Microsoft and their laptop fiasco with their stupid intelligence. You know, Apple wants to really, really emphasize the privacy thing here. That's why the feature is opt-in and not opt-out. The complete opposite of what Microsoft did. And they very, very, very specifically tell you that Siri's not listening unless you are specifically talking to Siri. Like right now it's not collecting data unless I say the magic words. which you know the magical words. I'm not going to say them because I don't want the phone to pick it up again. Now, ChatGPT. I haven't been able to trigger it yet. I don't think that's integrated either. Like, I didn't see any options. Like, it's showing the writing feature I just did. It's integrated into writing tools, it says. I don't see it. I'm going to check again in case I overlooked it. Writing tools. Summarize. That's a pretty good TLDR. But I don't see anything here for ChatGPT yet. I don't think that's enabled yet. The STK and popular apps, well, I don't think they have done that yet. Long and short of this video is, not much is available yet. Just the personalization from Siri, which I can't show, and the writing tools. Most of the image stuff and emoji stuff does not appear to be available yet because I could not find it. If it is available, correct me in the comments and tell me how to find it, and I will be happy to test and cover it. But so far, that's pretty much it for that. And then Siri herself is a little smarter, but I was able to confuse Siri multiple times. Hey Siri, are you more intelligent now?
My aim is to be intelligent and helpful. It's more of a journey than a destination.
So what is your aim, Siri?
I'm Siri. Pleased to meet you.
Is your aim to be more intelligent?
Sorry, I don't understand.
It didn't hear me right. I saw it put the words in wrong. Is your aim to be more intelligent?
Sorry, I don't understand.
So that's actually just an error in Siri. Siri literally just told me Siri's aim is to be more intelligent, so I asked to confirm that with the new prompt, and it confused Siri. Alright, these are kind of bugs I was reproducing earlier, is that like, you can use prompt engineering to try to rephrase the same question, and Siri will not be able to answer it rephrased, even though Siri just answered that same question in the previous phrasing. So, it's very much beta. Siri is not quite perfect yet. You know, it's far from being ChatGPT, that's for sure. But ChatGPT has a significant amount of online machine learning available, and Siri does mostly on-machine stuff, or some of Apple's privacy cloud stuff, and doesn't have nearly as much data yet. In fact, one thing that I noticed in the options for the Apple Intelligence is that it's collecting data continuously for training purposes. Like, where is it at here? Right here, you go to the privacy things, and for each application, you can choose on and off for whether Siri learns from this application. So, by default, like once it's enabled, all your applications are used to train Siri's intelligence. That's clear. The permission for every application installed was on by default. The only thing I turned on myself was the global toggle, which is off by default. So if you're not comfortable with Siri using your data for learning purposes, at least for particular applications, you might turn it off. But you might also note that the privacy thing is, you can read Apple's privacy stuff and learn more about what it actually collects and what it doesn't. I imagine it's not collecting everything, you know, it's not Facebook. It's Apple. They're pretty much more strict on that. But yeah, you could see right here, and toggle the learning model for Siri. So I imagine now that this beta started, a lot of this beta is going to be used for learning. You know, we're the guinea pigs. We're training it so the public release is a little less dumb. Anyways, that's my video on this feature so far. There's not much to show because there's not much available yet, or it's privacy compromising. So the personalization stuff you just have to test yourself if you have developer beta access. If you don't, you probably have to wait for the public beta of it to become available, which is not available yet. I hope you enjoyed this video and my initial testing of Apple Intelligence on macOS, and look forward to seeing you in more tech vehicles. I need Apple Intelligence to fix my talking too. I hope you look forward to seeing more on this channel in the future as I try to build this tech channel up. Thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe. Thank you.